friends. My name is Alfred Tisdale. I'm the rector of Calvary Church in Stonington, Connecticut, USA. We are so delighted that our good friends, our mission partners in Uganda, are welcoming members from our church. In March of 2014, there are 6 members of our church who are traveling to join together with you to share in the gospel of Christ and the fellowship of God's people. Thank you so much for welcoming these ambassadors, these missioners, these members of Calvary Church. Our hearts, our love, our greetings go with them as they join together with you. Our friendship, our partnership goes back, as I understand it, about 14 years to the turn of the millennium. And although I was not here as a priest at that time, I've only been here a little over 3 years. One of the things that I found coming to Calvary Church was that our outreach, our partnership with our brothers and sisters in Uganda means so very much. One of the founders of that mission and ministry here at Calvary Church is Barbara Loftus. Barbara, come forward if you will. And Barbara has been a part of this. You've made a couple of trips to Uganda, as I understand.
Yes, I have. I went over in the year 2000 and I went again in the year 2007. And so now I'm headed off for my 3rd and I believe final trip.
Hooray! Well, you never know how many more there might be. Our partnership with you, our partnership, our friendship is an important part of the life of our parish because, as you know so well, God's love and presence is with each of us individually and our families, among our friends in our local parish. But we feel the embrace of God as we reach out around the world and join together with you. One of the things we've been doing preparing for this trip are having special programs. The children of our church have been raising funds. People have been giving gifts.
6 of us from Calvary Church are going to go to Uganda in 3 weeks. And he is making a DVD of our life here at Calvary for us to take with us to show the children over there what it looks like here. So we're very happy about that, and you folks are a very important part of our life at Calvary. So that's why we're going to have you in the DVD. To start off, this is a dress from Uganda. And it's what anyone's mother would wear around the house to do her cooking and her sweeping and her cleaning. In order to go to school, they have to buy their uniforms and they have to buy their books. Thank you. Oops. Buy their books. And the schools don't have many things like pencils or markers or crayons. So we are going over and we're asking you folks, when your moms and dads go shopping, if you want to go with them, if you could pick up some boxes of pencils or erasers or crayons or markers so that we can bring them and say, here you are, this is a gift from our children at Calvary. There's a story about a girl named Beatrice who lived in Uganda. And she could not go to school because she didn't have the money to buy books or a uniform. This is a true story about a little girl who's a little bit older than you. She would dream about going to school. All day she would work in the yard and take care of the chickens and the geese and hoe in the garden to grow food. But she would also long to be able to go to school. But then one day her mother said, let's count the money, Beatrice, and see how much we have. And when they counted it up, Beatrice's mother said, now we have enough so you can go to school. Oh, you're welcome. But this is a drum, a real Ugandan drum, and it's made from calfskin. They're placed now.
There you go.
Hey! Want to say hi? Go ahead, say hi to the kids in Uganda. I'll send them your picture.
Let me call forward Therese Alexander and Nancy Waugh, two more of the people that you will be meeting. Therese Alexander, and here in red is Nancy Waugh. We just had a worship service, an evensong this evening, and Therese and Nancy gave the sermon. They did a fine job.
Nancy Waugh, and I'm Therese Alexander. And in the past 6 years, I've enjoyed my time being a part of the Calvary Outreach and the Uganda Mission Team. I find value in my life through my love of Christ and through building bridges to relationships near and far. I am especially blessed and privileged to be a part of Calvary Church and to be going on this mission trip with the group. And I hope I do a really good job in bringing the heart of Calvary to the children and the people of Uganda, Africa.
So one of the things we're going to do, we're going to go see the Chain Foundation, which we have sponsored for many years through the Uganda Mission Team. And this is a really neat place. It's a school for kids K through 12, but I think the thing that's really more exceptional is they have a school for the blind. And sometimes in Africa, it's not like here. If you have some type of disability, you might be shunned. And so by having the school for the blind, they're educating these students, they're giving them a way to learn and preparing them for life. And so it's such a wonderful organization for us to be a part of. And there's so much love at the Chain Foundation. And I think it's so much like the love that we feel here at Calvary. So maybe with your choir director's approval at the end, before everything's done, maybe give a big smile and a big wave so the folks and the kids in Uganda know how much we love them and how much we're ready to go see them.
So boys and girls, maybe now's the time to look at the camera and to all the boys and girls. Thank you so much. Wonderful job. One of the things we have is a chicken barbecue each year that is loads of fun.
Baby basket, 531 200.
You're right, it is very I needed some of that milk.
So it's the generosity of this congregation expresses the love and compassion and partnership that we feel with you. From the officers of the church, from myself and all of the clergy who participate in our life together, thank you for welcoming our members, and thank you for the partnership we share in Christ.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Bishop Curry, these 6 members of Calvary Church, together with Nancy Waugh, who I'm afraid is snowed in this morning, they will travel to Uganda in March, where it is warm, to represent our parish in mission and ministry partnership with God's people there. They will worship and pray together, eat, work together, learn and serve, share together. We ask your blessing upon them as they go.
O Lord, without whom our labor is lost, We ask you to prosper this work undertaken in your holy name. Grant to these your workers a pure intention, a patient faith, sufficient success in their work on earth, and the blessedness of serving you eternally.